So having the freedom to be more creative and actually fabricate some stuff that you would like, well, that's good stuff right there, right? And there's a lot we can do with the tools that we have. Okay. Honestly, taking the Industrial Drawing 20A class and finishing it solid puts you in a position where you could probably go to work. You know, there are 3 classes in our certificate, uh, but by the time you're done with this one, you are productive enough to go to work, and a lot of our students do. Okay, Industrial Drawing 50, process piping. So it's not an incredible amount of new things about CAD, but it is taking what you know about CAD, adding a little bit of CAD knowledge, and a lot of piping knowledge, because piping is a tremendously huge field. Of course, we live in a place where petroleum processing is a big deal, but also food processing. Think of dryers, think of Frito-Lay, think of the thousands of miles of pipe inside these facilities like Grimway, Bolthouse, uh, that have to be drawn out, planned, documented before they can all be fabricated. Okay, so process piping would be taking vessels and pumps and accumulators and heaters and boilers and connecting everything together with pipes and tanks and accumulators and fractionation columns and the steel and the concrete that holds it all together, and then creating the drawings, right? So how are things put together? What kind of equipment is used in this field? How are the drawings set up and planned out? And in process piping, there's actually quite a variety of drawings that you wind up doing. So it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of different things you could be doing in that one field. Industrial Drawing 51 is electrical design. Electrical design is the creation of the drawings required for instrumentation, PLCs, electrical circuits, panel diagrams, ladder diagrams. It is the fastest growing field right now for hiring new drafters in CAD. So making drawings like this, a circuit diagram, right? And here we have a ladder diagram. And these are often schematic drawings. They don't really look like this. The objects don't look like this. It's a simplified representation of how things are connected and energized. Okay, so here's some examples of what we might draw in electrical design. That's kind of a nice class. Now, we looked at Industrial Drawing 20A, 50, and 51. I want to show you this class too. In this class, Industrial Drawing 40 does not have a prerequisite. You can take it any time, as long as it's in the spring semester. And it is a 3D modeling for mechanical and industrial design. Okay, so it is one of the classes required for our Industrial Drawing Certificate of Achievement and the AS degree. We have a class very similar to it, Industrial Drawing 42, Introduction to SolidWorks, that is offered in the fall semester. So 40 is the spring, 42 is the fall. It's the same idea, it's just a different program. So again, no prerequisite. It's 3D modeling for mechanical and industrial design. What's kind of cool about this class is that one class gives you an opportunity to take an industry certification test to be certified as a mechanical designer at a internationally recognized level of experience. So instead of drawing lines like we do in AutoCAD, we're actually making 3D things. We're making 3D parts. And those parts get assembled together in things called assemblies. And assemblies can go into larger assemblies. So this piece of heavy equipment is a bunch of parts that have been assembled together. And it's all 3D and virtual, and the parts move around. Pretty cool program. There's the ability to move things around to see if they actually actuate and change and move and slide like they're supposed to. We can do all kinds of analysis to see if rotating the shaft on the disc here actually moves our reciprocator back and forth. Right, so you can simulate movement, and we can do all kinds of engineering analysis. Really cool software. The Industrial Drawing 42 class has a number of levels of certification. After that that associate level one that we do at the end of the class. A number of specialty certifications too. And again, no prerequisite, nothing required. You can take 42 in the fall, and you can take 40 in the spring if you're interested in mechanical and industrial design. Let's talk about Industrial Drawing 20B. Okay, Industrial Drawing 20B is an advanced AutoCAD class. It's offered fall and spring semester. It is a customization and productivity class. The idea is this class supercharges you. You learn how to do programming inside AutoCAD. You learn how to automate tasks in AutoCAD. You learn how to be lightning fast in AutoCAD using some of that cool stuff that's built into it. Basically, by the end of the class, you become an AutoCAD ninja, right? And the Industrial Drawing 12, 20A, and 20B are the three classes that make up our certificate. We have another advanced level CAD class called Industrial Drawing 52. It is a spring semester class. It's civil drafting and geographic information systems. The idea is that land development and infrastructure projects, well, there's a special way of drawing these sorts of things. So these are the things we learn in that class. Right? Drawing roads and profiles, and drawing the things like storm water and drainage and potable water, sewage, electrical utilities. How is all that stuff drawn? So what are our options now that we've talked about all these classes? Well, the shortest possibility we have here is an AutoCAD Job Skills Certificate. It's 3 classes, Industrial Drawing 12, and then 20A, and then 20B, 1, 2, 3 semesters, and you're out the door, and there's a decent chance you might even be working by the end of this class if industrial drawing is an attractive field for you. Or maybe at the end of this class, you're in an internship at an engineer's office, and they've accepted you on because you've got some decent skills. Now, for people that want to kind of stand out from the crowd, we offer another certificate. It's a certificate of achievement. So what that means is there are a few more classes involved. So it's the same 3 classes, 12, 20A, and 20B, right? But then we have our piping class, and our electrical class, and our civil class, and then that mechanical design class. So in 7 classes, we can be out the door, 1 or 2 classes a semester for 4 semesters, and you're finished. The SolidWorks Industrial Drawing 42 class also leads to the Certified SolidWorks Associate Examination. That's that certification I was telling you about. And then for the people who are not afraid of this thing, not afraid of the Gen Ed, and don't mind doing the Gen Ed, and who like the industrial drawing, well, you can take the industrial drawing classes over here, and then you can take the Gen Ed, and then we take either Computers B5, Comp B5 is Introduction to Microsoft Office Products, and then either a manufacturing or a woodworking class, and this is the Associate of Science degree for industrial drawing. So this is 2 years. This is considered a full-time student. You know, you're taking your 15 units per semester, and then you leave with your 2-year AS degree. All the industrial drawing classes start with B12, really. B12 leads to 20A, 50, and 51. 20A, taking 20A will qualify you to take 20B or 52. The ones without prerequisites are those 2 mechanical design 3D classes, Industrial Drawing 40, spring class, Industrial Drawing 42, fall class. The ultimate way to start is in the fall. Start in the fall with Industrial Drawing 12, and you can knock all this out right quick in 4 semesters. Now, if you start in the spring, no big deal. We just have to sit down and talk about a plan that works for you. Okay, so this is kind of our flow chart, how things work. We're in B12. We can go to here or here, or here, and after here, 20A, we can go down to 20B or 52.